Hello, so this is about repairing a drill, okay, and this drill is rusted here a fair bit and we need to get that turning. This has been out in the rain, that's why it's been dried, and you don't want to plug that in when it's wet. Rule number one. I know this from a professional electrician. My uncle, he was an Orthodox Greek priest, but before he became an Orthodox Greek priest, he was an electrician. And he actually told me that you can do that. So once, if this has been left out in the rain, it should be alright. It was actually a different item than a drill that he showed me, that I can actually plug it in once it's dried. It was actually wet, and he said to me, leave it to dry. I dried it with a rag, and he said to me, leave it to dry out in the sun for a couple of days. And when it's fully dried, you can plug it in and test it if it works. And I did what he said, and it was safe. He's a professional electrician, so he knows about this sort of thing. Now I know too, but I don't know about this box. According to what he told me, it should be right. Okay, it should be fine. So I took it off the switch there at the back here. The back there where the switch is, I've plugged it off. So we're not going to get electrocuted now because it's plugged off. Even if it's not plugged in, he reckons it's alright. And with security, we'll plug it off first. Okay? Now it should be alright even if it was plugged on electricity. Because that's not wet. You make sure hasn't got one drop of water on it. Okay? Next thing we do is we're going to the plug on now. Okay? Well, hang on, before we do that, we take this off. I take extra precaution and switch it off the plug first. Okay? Before I turn off. Michael said you don't need to do that, but I take special precautions on that. We put the charger in here. We check if this is not wet. This is not wet. This hasn't been wet at all. Okay? We check it. Double check it that is. Okay? So we put this in here, ready to charge. Now when I can't show you the camera's like that. When we switch on, you do it really quickly. So if anything happens, it's not going to get electrocuted. It should be alright, because my uncle said it's alright even if you don't do this, but I take special precaution. I'll take double precaution on this. I don't want to get electrocuted. Okay? Okay, as you see, it's fine, nothing happened. Okay? So that's safe, okay? We also check the cord if there's any cut. I did check it before, I forgot to mention it. Okay, so it's pretty good. We let that dry. See if it will charge within 2 days or something. Michael said it'd be okay to check that out, check things like that out when they're dried. Okay, as long as the cord is not cut or anything like this, where you get electrocuted. You know, if you hold the wire apart, the cord's right. It's a good cord. And it's in good condition, so it'll be fine, okay? Michael explained it to me. That's the only thing I know about electricity is what I just showed you now. I don't play around with electricity more than this, because that's all I know is this. Anything else, I don't do it, because Michael has not explained to me anything else, nor has any other electrician has explained to me anything else, and I don't know anything about electricity, and I'm not going to go and play around with it. So you don't go and play around with it if you don't know. But in this case, in this thing, in this particular job, a professional electrician, my uncle, explained it to me, and I have no reason to doubt him. Okay, he's a professional electrician. Okay, so well, he used to be. Okay, but before he passed on. Okay, so what we're going to do is actually dust this for a moment. Okay. Most likely this would work if that charges, because here it turns. It just isn't turning here in this part section. Unless it's really rusted in here and you can't turn it, it should work. Okay, we'll see anyway if that's true. It may not work though, because I've made a few of these. I've repaired a few of these in history. I had a few drills left outside from other people, not from me this time, that I collected, and I fixed some of them, some electric drills and some hand drills. And I got rid of them though. I've still got a few of them there, but some of them didn't work out because it was just too rusted here. Too rusted. I have never repaired one with apart from the ones that Apart from what my uncle showed me, I haven't repaired any on my own that's got a battery. Without a battery I have. There's a wire, but not with a battery. So I don't know if I can fix the battery, see. It's safe to try it and see, as I repeat, to see if you'll charge as long as it's not wet, okay? And of course not cut, okay? So we're only going to, I'm not sure how long it takes to charge now. We're going to find out anyway. We'll leave it for a couple of days to see if it charges. Meanwhile, we go and fix this up so we can get rid of the dust of this, okay? So here we've got some oil. Usually I dip this in oil and keep it there for a couple of days so it can penetrate right through it, but it doesn't look like it's a big problem here. But it may be, I don't know even what's inside. And I don't want to spend too much oil, too much money on oil. So we're going to try to lacquer that first for a couple of days and see if that works. If it loosens, then we fix it. If it doesn't, we have to dip it in oil properly, okay, so it can work. We just paint it around like you paint, just like that. This should work no different than dipping it in. Dipping it in the oil works just a little bit better, okay. Okay, now what you want to do once you wipe it on like this is you want to put that oil right in here, right in there. See in here? This is where the mechanics work. Right in here. Make sure oil drips in there, and in the sides here, as much oil as you possibly could get in there. Okay? Now, people think you need mechanic oil. Mechanic oil may be a little bit better because it's made for mechanics, but you can use any oil. The reason why they use mechanic oil is because it's made cheaper product, and it's only for mechanics, not for eating purposes. But you can use cooking oil here. My dad used to use it all the time when he didn't have mechanic oil. I'm using it now. I know that from my dad. He used to do things like this too, repairs like this. He didn't show me about the electricity part, but he showed me about this. He knew about electricity too, but he told me it doesn't make any difference. He knows. He knew a lot of trades, a lot of things, my dad, and he told me it doesn't make any difference. The only reason why they use mechanic oil is because it may be a little bit better, not much difference, but because it's cheaper quality and made for steel. It's not made for cooking purposes. This oil is expensive oil, and you don't want to use a lot of it because it's very expensive. You know, for someone like me, maybe not for a rich person, but for me, it's very expensive. So I'm using very little of it, only maybe about 20 cents worth. So it doesn't really worry me about 20 cents. But if I was to dip it in oil, you know, this much oil, then it's a lot of oil there. So I don't want to do that. On the other hand, these days they've got sprays in cans where you can just spray it and it just gets the rust off completely. So the other option is if this oil doesn't work, we can buy one of those cans and spray it on. They work a lot better, I think, according to what my brother-in-law said to me. Don't know if he actually said that. I think he might have. If he did, obviously he does. If he didn't say that, I'm not sure where I got the information. So if he didn't say that, they may work better, they may not. In my opinion, I don't see how they can work better. It's just the same stuff, except you just spray it on. But I'm not saying I'm right about that. But anyway, so that's what you do. Now you want to leave it standing up. Put a little bit more oil there to secure the ground. Here in the mechanics parts, in here, drip all the oil in there, so you can slide in there in the mechanics, right in there. Returns. It's got to go in there. It's got to make its way in there. If it's too rusted, then it can't penetrate through too quick. Oh, maybe not at all. You leave it somewhere standing up straight down here so the oil can go into the mechanics. Okay? And that's what you do. That's all there is to it. We leave that to soak for about 2 days. Meanwhile, we let the battery charge for about 2 days, and that should be fine. Now, within a couple of hours or tomorrow, because it's late now, we can put some more oil on there. And after 2 days or 3 or something, we check it. and see if it will turn. If this turns, this part works. Not necessarily the battery part. The battery has to charge for this to work. There's no electric cord on this, so it works with the battery. If the battery doesn't charge, it will not work. So there's two problems to it: the battery and that. Although the battery may be okay and it may charge. If it does charge, then we've got to sell a new drill, and I need a few drills actually because I've made a few things. I made a, how do you call it, a lathe. It works with a drill, and I need a drill to drill as well, and I'm making a few other things with the drill, like a few machines. So I need a few drills. I can use the same one, but I don't want to change them all the time. It takes too long. So I want a different drill for each machine, and one to use, two to use, one to drill and one to put screws in. Yeah, and then I've got two machines with drills, so I need 4 drills, and I've only got one working. I need 5 drills. I've got 2 working on one on the bench press down there, okay, and one on the hand. I need another one on the hand, okay, and I need 2 more for 2 machines that I've made. I can use the same one as I said, as I repeat, but that's too much stuff, you know, and I have to, you know, take it out of the machine and do all these kind of things to fit it in properly, because you can't just put it in. It's got to fit in properly, lock it, whatever. And then when I want to use it by hand, I have to take it out of the machine, and it's too much stuff around. I'd rather have separate drills, and get straight to the point of the subject. Straight, just turn it on and that's it. Just make sure it's on the machine properly, and you're all right. I'll be also showing you how to make those machines soon. They work perfect. But anyway, you've got to understand one thing. I've made these machines, a lathe, for example, out of wood. People say, is that okay? Of course it is. In the olden days, I've known about this. In the olden days, that's how they made them. When there was no steel, they made them out of wood. And I know how to do that. And they work perfectly. Today, the wooden ones will work even better because we can use other parts like nuts and bolts and other type of mechanical kind of stuff combined with wood, which will work even better. Okay? But in the olden days, before metal came out, before there was any stuff like that, they made machines out of wood, and they worked perfectly. They were really good tradesmen, just like today they are. But you can still do them. It still works perfect. And my machines do work perfect. So I'll let you know on that, and I'll show you how to make them almost next to nothing, or just the price of the wood if you were to buy the wood, and a few other materials. Thank you for listening. God be with you, bless you all, and in about 2 days I'm going to shoot another video to see if this works or not, because we don't know yet if they're going to work, if it's going to work, and we're going to know in the next video. Take care, God be with you all, and bless you all.